Hello, I am Mitchell Williams, and for my project, I chose two characters from my IB Learners project, John F. Kennedy and Otto von Bismarck for open-minded. And in these slides, it's gonna come up with events for both of them, and I'm gonna tell you why they were open-minded for it. So, JFK for the Cuban Missile Crisis. Kennedy decided to place like a naval blockade of ships around Cuba. The aim of this quarantine, as he called it, was to prevent the Soviets from bringing in more military supplies. He demanded the removal of the missiles already there and the destruction of of the sites. He revealed the presence of Soviet missiles in Cuba and announced the imposition of the blockade, helping to win support both in the US and elsewhere for his administration's purpose. For his administration's position. And the reason why this is open minded is because he came up with plans um, to pretty much um, successfully win and take over all these plans and make sure everything goes okay. And Otto von Bismarck for becoming first ever chancellor in Germany. And once the empire was established, he actively and skillfully persuaded Pacific policies and foreign affairs, succeeding in preserving the peace in Europe for about two decades. In 1851, King Frederick Wilhelm VI appointed Bismarck as Prussian representative to the German Confederation. He then served as ambassador to Russia and France. As Chancellor of the new Germany, Bismarck concentrated on building a powerful state with a unified national identity. And with this being open-minded, he had really good he had just had a really good personality and trait and found ways on becoming, I guess, chancellor in Germany. And everything about his personality, because everyone liked, so that's when they gave him the chancellor name. The Iron Chancellor was his nickname for it. And JFK took the U.S. economy out of recession, and JFK endorsed deficit spending. It proved that government spending jumpstarts a sluggish economy. He also increased the minimum wage, improved Social Security benefits, and passed an urban renewal package. And he focused the nation on helping the mentally challenged. He promised to keep spending until businesses were hiring again. He publicly stated that he didn't care about the national debt, which is how he got the country moving again. And for being open-minded in this particular thing is that, as you can see a picture, he's speaking about how to get out of this recession and the plans that he can take during this action and speaking to everyone about it. And this is what makes him very open-minded, talking out about his plans. Uh, Otto von Bismarck navigated the German states to become a united empire and a major power in Europe. Bismarck was now determined to unite the German states into a single empire with Prussia in its core. With Austrian support, he used the expanded Parisian army to capture the provinces of Schleswig and Holstein from Denmark. Abroad, Bismarck aimed to make the German Empire the most powerful in Europe. He declared war against Denmark and Austria, then France declared war against Prussia. His forces were superior and helped unify the German states. And how he was open-minded for this is that he had a very successful army, came up with plans of how to take over and grant all these powers to become a united empire. JFK establishing the Peace Corps in 1961. He signed congressional legislation creating a permanent peace corps that would promote world peace and friendship through two goals. One, to help the peoples of interested countries in meeting their need for trained men and women, and two, to help promote a better understanding of Americans. The Peace Corps was very popular with recent college graduates, but in the 1970s, the Vietnam War and Watergate eroded many Americans' faith in their government. Interest in the Peace Corps began to decline and government funding was cut. And how he's open minded from the Peace Corps is that he's trying to think of ways to like just have peace and make sure everyone, no matter what gender they are, make sure that everyone has the peace that they deserve, make sure that we are a peaceful country, and just, yeah, making sure that we're all good. And Otto von Bismarck initiated social welfare reforms and maintained the peace and stability of Germany and Europe. Bismarck had understood that among others, his objective was to gain trust and make Germany look peaceful and friendly to other countries. Bismarck was able to convince other European powers that unified German empire was a status quo power and posed no security threats to him. By Bismarck and his system of alliance with Austria and Russia, he was able to prevent Germany from war against other European powers and thus preserve peace in Europe. And how he's open minded for this, because kind of like JFK, he was promoting of how to find peace and become a stable country and making sure that everyone doesn't like declare wars or a bunch of other stuff. They just want to have some peace in their country, making sure to maintain those types of things to become peaceful. So that was my project, and I hope you enjoyed, and see you later.